What's going on, YouTube? Bad influence out here. I'm going to be working on making um, a speaker bar mount for my Jeep, as well as hers, to add some pod speakers in there. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of DIY with that, using some materials I got from Lowe's. But I'll also tell you exactly what I bought. There's seems to be nobody on YouTube right now that's showing any sort of DIY version to make a roll cage speaker bar mount. A lot of people see the DS18 bar that goes across the roll cage. There's like one, maybe two other companies that seem to manufacture actual bars, but as far as anyone else, there's only a handful of companies that I've seen so far, and I've researched it quite a bit, trying to find a cheaper solution, because it's a DS18 bar, but at the end of the day, it's a bar that you mount speaker pods to that goes from one side to the other of your roll cage. And let's be honest, who really wants to pay, was it like $230 plus tax and shipping for a bar, just a bar that has some clamps on it? So I'm gonna make my own. So I'll bring y'all along with that process, cutting it to size. I'll show y'all everything that I got for it. I will be painting them, mine and hers both, for the accent colors that we run on our Jeeps, just to make it look a little bit nicer. And I'll show y'all how I mount it and everything. This will be for a JKU and JK, so 4-door and 2-door. It could potentially work for JL model Wranglers. I think the roll cages in those are just slightly different, but I think this would work for those as well. I would have to find somebody with a JL that wants one of these for me to test it on and see what I have to do to modify it for the JL roll cage. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing today. I'll bring y'all along. I'm gonna get y'all set up over here on the stand while I'm working. All right, y'all, I'm out here at the front of the house right now. Got Bad Influence sitting over here. I'm gonna get the top laid back on it. So I'm gonna put y'all on the stand over here and just let y'all watch what I'm doing. And then I'll show y'all exactly where, actually I'll have to do that before I lay it all the way back. I'll show y'all where the speaker pods I have are currently mounted. And then I gotta pull them off and get them out of the way so I can put the top all the way down. And then I'll show y'all after that the pieces that are gonna be needed and used to make the do-it-yourself version of the roll bar speaker pod mount. So we'll put y'all down over here, and then I'll start getting this top taken back and everything. All right, so off back here, I got the speaker pods mounted on the roll cage, like I was saying. It's not a very good looking job or anything like that, but as you can see up here where the bars are for the soft top, whenever I fold it back, it hits on top of the speakers here. So what I'm going to be working on for this this roll bar mount is getting it to where I can clamp it around about here. That way I can have them in front of the bars for the soft top and out of the way. I might actually be able to get them, well, no, the seatbelt mount is in the way and there's a bracket right there, but I'm gonna get them moved up to here on the bar that I'm gonna be making. That way it should not interfere anymore with these soft top bars. I won't know 100% for sure until I start actually test fitting the bar, but I'm gonna sit y'all down again. I gotta loosen up and pull the pods off the roll cage right now so I can get the top all the way back and continue going with it. Got the top all the way down, got the speaker pods off of there. And while I was at it, I took my rear shade out of the Jeep because it really needed to be cleaned. I've already done the front before. I got caught in the rain one day. I think I posted it as a short on here before. I know I posted it on my TikTok and I think my Instagram as well, if any of y'all are followers on those. If not, go check them out. And like I was saying, I'll show y'all exactly what I'm using for this project. So for the pipe, it's regular old chain link fence. Let's see if I can get this to focus here. It's regular chain link fence pipe. And these are the measurements for it. Picked this up at Lowe's. It was $29. And the cool thing about it is, if you have two Jeeps that you're trying to work on, you can use one pole for both Jeeps. So let's see over here. Pardon the Camaro. It's sitting a little rough. Haven't been out here in a while. So to go along with the piping that I got, it's like I said, the chain link fence post. I showed y'all the measurements on there. And I'll put them in the description below as well. But here is my solution. I was trying to figure out how to connect it to the roll cage. At first I was gonna honestly just bash the ends of it flat. That way I have a flat piece to work with and drill a hole through it. And it was gonna be mounted to where the seat belts actually mount with that bolt that they use. Still a great idea. But while I was over there messing with, looking around at the different sizes of the posts they had, I came across these little things. Let's see if I can focus here. So it's a brace rail clamp. So it's 1 3/8 inch by 1 3/8. But I did test fit it, and I ended up getting a longer bolt, which is actually in here as well. So I ended up getting a 3-inch bolt. It's the same style as what comes on this, same size and everything, so I can reuse the nut. But using that longer bolt, I can clamp this around the end of the pipe, and then this side I can fit around the roll cage. That way I can just use these and clamp it around. It's got the bolt there. I can tighten it all the way down, and it'll be nice and snug on there. I don't foresee it going anywhere. No, shouldn't be any movement from it. I might put just a little bit of a Loctite on the nut just so it doesn't vibrate loose and come apart. But that's what I'm gonna be using. I am painting everything, like I said before, to match my accent colors. I have like the camo on the side, that color green. So I have spray paint that is actually that exact color that I'll be using to paint the post for mine. And then I'm gonna need to, I guess, order more paint for the color that we used on my girl's Jeep. Lowe's for some reason doesn't seem to have it on the shelf anymore, but I've been able to get lucky and find it on Amazon, so I'll have to order some of that so I can do hers and get it finished up. All right, so went ahead and got my pipe marked up. Got my cutting wheel over here that I'm gonna be using. So got everything set up. I'm gonna go ahead and get the pipe cut here. That way I can go out there and start test fitting everything and see exactly how I want to get this thing laid out. All right, y'all, so as you can see, got the bar cut. It's an equal 48 inches, a couple centimeters off because of the cutting, but got those cut. Got my clamps ready. That way I can start test fitting it. All right, y'all, so I'm out here getting this test fit. I forgot to start recording whenever I got going, but so these clamps I got, they seem to be working a little bit. So what I'm ending up having to do, which I kind of had a feeling I might, because the roll cage bar I believe is maybe 2¼ inch tubing, and the tubing I got for the speaker mount is was it 1 5/8, I believe. So these clamps that I got, they were rounded off more, but what I'm ended up having to do is taking a mini sledge and hammering them out more flat so they look like this. But with doing that, I'm able to clamp it around the bigger portion of the roll bar, and it's holding on pretty nicely for the bar going across. I'm gonna play around with the location a little bit to see what I might be able to do. But I think for the most part, that's gonna be about where it sits. The one thing I just have to test once I get the other side on, which I might actually end up having to cut, because when I took the measurement from roll cage bar to roll cage bar, so I forgot to take account for the little bit of room that piece holds. So looks like I might need to take off about 1 inch or so from the actual bar. That way I can get it to fit in there better. But I'm gonna check it real quick just to see. But I'm pretty positive I'm gonna have to cut a little bit off this pipe. So let's check it out, and then we'll go make a cut if we have to. All right, yeah, so I'm definitely gonna have to make a cut. So I'm actually just gonna go back here and get my my grinder cutter, instead of carrying all the other stuff back here back and forth. I'll just take the cutter up front and use the Jeep as a workbench, I guess. Really, I mean, it doesn't really bother me. I'm not gonna be actually cutting the Jeep itself, so I'll get this up here, moved up to the front, and we'll keep moving forward. Where's that gonna be? This bee likes me. I don't know what it is about this bee. Sorry, I'm throwing y'all around everywhere. I got a bee friend that every time I come out here to work on the Jeep, I'm not joking, every single time I come out here to work on the Jeep, this bee comes around. It loves being around the Jeep when I'm out here working on it. So I find it pretty funny, but sometimes it's annoying because it's literally in my face while I'm standing on the Jeep, trying not to fall off. But yeah, sorry that I jumbled y'all around for a second there while I was trying to get it away from me. But I'm gonna get set up here, and then like I said, once I'm fully done with getting all the test fitting and everything done, I'll go back through all the measurements, and I'll also put the measurements down in the description. That way y'all can just reference it there as well. All right, so I got that cut up again. Took about an inch or so off of it, roughly an inch. I'll give the final measurement again here after a little bit. Got a crow buddy up here talking to me. I'm gonna let that cool off a little bit before I put it up there, because I still got the roll bar padding around it, so I don't think it's hot enough to catch it on fire, but I ain't trying to find out. Get this test fitted up here again and see if I need to do any more trimming, or if it's where it needs to be. That way I can start getting ready to paint, and I can at least get both of them primered and paint mine. Like I said, I got to order more for her color, so let's get back on it. All right, so I got it up here in place. Got it scooted all the way up to where the seat belt for the rear seat mounts up. You see the top of it here, and this thing is on there. That's a pretty good solution, I'd say, to what I'm trying to do. And again, I'm saving myself a ton of money doing it, which in these days, you know, we absolutely need that. So the one thing I need to check is to see, I am going to cut the bolt a little bit. That way none of this comes anywhere close to hitting anything important. Not that I think it would, but also I want it just to look cleaner. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut those real quick, and then I need to put the top up and see if any of the bars make contact here. That's my only concern, is that they potentially might hit on this part. So I'm gonna get that done, and then see how it is and adjust it from there how I need to. All right, so it looks like that's a success. The bars for the soft top, they barely touch the clamp, but it's not going to be anything that's going to interfere with it. I'm going to go ahead and flip the front all the way forward. I just thought about this, so I can pull it tight and see how it is. But all in all, it looks like I actually have accomplished what I'm trying to accomplish by adding this this mount bar. I'll let y'all take a look at it. You can see here, there's a little bit of clearance. It barely touches at all. Got both sides up. It's tucked up nicely up towards the top, nice and level across. So from here, I can end up mounting my pods. I'm gonna have them where they're just inward of the rear headrest. I got that all done up. Looks really, really good. It's gonna be even better once I get it painted. It's gonna kind of match the green you see up there on my shade, the green you see on my logo here. Again, I got YouTube, as you're seeing it here, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram for my Jeep. So if y'all aren't following me on the other ones, please go and follow all my other socials. That way you can see all the other content that I post. Off over here, I started getting the bars for the speaker pod mounts. I got them all primered up, just letting them dry now. Still got to do the clamps. Got to get them primered up. Also, one thing I just thought about a little bit ago, I took the the surrounds from the speaker pods off and got those primered. That way I can get those color matched as well for the colors that we have going on. So should look pretty good after it's all said and done. So do another coat of primer on the speaker surrounds, and then I need to do the primer on the clamps, and then from there I can probably start painting the bars themselves, because they already got 2 coats of primer on them. So that's what I'm gonna jump to now. So as far as the measurements for the bar itself to go across the roll cage, total measurement, actually I'm gonna grab the tape measure again. I kind of forgot what it was. All right, so for the measurement of the bar, for those of y'all that want to make your own bar for your Jeeps, for the bar itself, it's going to be 47 inches and 1/4. 47 and 1/4 inches. Again, if you get the same little clamp things, they are 1 3/8 by 1 3/8 brace rail clamp at Lowe's. It's going to be outside in the garden center department area, where they have all the flowers and everything, off in the back most of the time, because that's where they have their chain link fence stuff. So over there you'll find the chain link fence items, the poles and everything. For the pole, you're looking for a 1 5/8 diameter pole by 8 foot long if you're wanting to make 2 of them. If not, you can probably get the I think there's a 6-foot pole, but it's only like a couple dollars less. So find a buddy, someone else in your groups out there that might be wanting a speaker bar mount for the speaker pods, and just go in half and half. And you know, with paint and everything, you'll probably I won't say 100% you can be in it for under $50, but more or less I would say you're touching $50 or less making this. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. A little bit more of a, you know, not necessarily how to, but DIY, getting all the stuff done for the Jeeps. Still prepping for Jeep Beach, down to two months ish left. So trying to push hard. All right, y'all, it's the next day. I finally got everything wrapped up for the speaker pod bar. Got the speakers mounted up on there. Everything's painted, got everything in there. The only thing I have left to do is clean up the wiring, get them tucked up away so they're not just hanging in there. But I'm gonna flip this around and let y'all see how it turned out. And honestly, I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with it. A couple of the spots on the bar, it was dry to the touch. I was able to pick it up and it was completely dry. But when I started mounting it inside the Jeep, a couple of spots where it hit like my sub box and stuff like that, it actually kind of moved the paint around. So I'm annoyed by that, but I can just fix that with some vinyl. And you know, I can add some black and the Nardo gray and stuff and kind of make it look like, you know, my Jeep's camo a little bit. So it is what it is. It's not what I wanted to do, but at the end of the day, it's still going to look really good. I'm very happy with how it turned out. And hopefully if any of y'all decide to take on this project and make one for your own Jeep, hopefully y'all's turned out just as good. So check this out. So like I was saying, there's one of the spots right there. Some of them I was able to hide with the clamp from the pods. but I just cut the roll bar padding where the soft top bracket goes through. That way I can stick it through there and it sits underneath it on both sides. So I got it cleaned up in there. Like I said, I just need to clean up my wiring. I'm gonna rerun it from where it's connected up in the sound roll bar box up there. Rerun it through the padding here on both sides. That way it's out of the way. I'll come around here. So I got the speakers in there. The speaker surrounds paint matched. Looks really good with the black and everything with it. Got my shade cleaned up. I was talking about yesterday a little bit. Fixed my front one because in the back I had it all jacked up. But as you can see, I did these a while back. I might actually pull them off and redo them. They're not as shiny and they're not as good as they could be. But I did those last year. They've been holding up pretty good, but they can definitely use for a freshen up. I've thought about doing my door inserts here. Still might before Jeep Beach, not sure yet. And then on the inside, I've had the center console done like that since last year as well. So I like it. It's, you know, it's subtle. Definitely, you can definitely tell what the accent color is, but I didn't go overboard by doing the steering wheel stuff, the controls, anything like that. I just got the center there. I'm not doing the air vent surrounds. And again, I'm back and forth. I might do these, I might not sure yet. Bullet Point Solutions, for those of y'all that haven't heard of this company yet, they make really awesome phone mounts for Jeeps, almost anything at this point. I think they basically have a mount for any vehicle out there. But fantastic. I got the dual phone holders, green carbon fiber for the holder mount. I got the Ultimate Performance EVC throttle controller in here as well with the green fascia on there. They actually change that for you at the factory if you order it and you want a specific color. That way you don't have to worry about changing anything when you get it. So that's pretty cool that they do that. I've had that for about a year now as well, and it's an absolutely amazing throttle controller. I did have a pedal commander in here first, and honestly, you would think with it being a throttle controller that there wouldn't really be any difference between the brands or anything, but Ultimate Performance EVC, as soon as I put that in here compared to the throttle controller, I could tell a very big difference. Faster responding throttle, even when it's turned all the way down to 0 on the performance mode. It also has an economy mode that you could do, and also I think it's called automatic control or something like that, where if you're just cruising, it'll tone down the throttle response, and then if you're having to get on it, it'll adjust and pick up the throttle response as well. But that's going to be all for the speaker bar mount that I did. There it is again, so y'all can see. But yeah, so if y'all decide to do this, it's not hard at all. Anybody with just simple mechanical skills, not even really mechanical, but anybody with knowledge of tools and stuff like that, you can do this job easily. The only special tool that you'll need, is is a die grinder, a cutting wheel, die grinder, whatever y'all like to call it. But yeah, that's the only special tool that you'll really need just to cut the pipe. You can do it with a hacksaw, but that's going to take you a while. Sawzall, if you have one, you can do it with that. I just happen to have a cutting wheel, so that's what I used. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hope it wasn't too long for y'all, but I'm very happy with how this turned out. And now it's time to go out and jam while I cruise. So till next time, Bad Influence out.